Welcome everybody, welcome back to the channel. For you, those that don't know who I am, my name is Leo, and in this channel here we talk about simplifying your finances, investing tips and stuff like that. So thank you for stopping by. In this quick little video, I'm going to explain to you why you need to always pay yourself first. Now, this isn't a new concept, it's been around for quite some time, but it's definitely one that you need to know and implement right now. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So what I see a lot of people do, and why I bring up this video, is because when people get their paycheck, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, or whatnot, they'll spend it in a way that's all very similar. Now, admit if you fall into this category. People will get their paycheck and then pay off any kind of credit card or debt that they owe, right? And then from there, maybe purchase some groceries, some necessities because you gotta eat, or maybe go out for lunch or dinner or something with a friend. And then after that, maybe you buy something fun for yourself. Maybe it's a new video game, maybe it's something else, something that you wanted, off of Amazon, because there's deals all over the place. And then from that point, whatever's left, you go and save it. A lot of people would end up just not even getting to step number one because they'll just skip over the debts altogether, leave it for the minimum payment for the end of the month or whatever the statements do, and just go buy a lot of fun stuff. Completely wrong. Here's how we fix that. So here's what you're going to do, and this is why this strategy works. And the best part about it is it's completely automated, so you actually can just be completely hands-free off of it once you set it up with your bank. Every time you get a paycheck, what you're going to do is either through an auto deposit or manually transfer over a portion of those funds to a savings account or directly to a direct investing account. Now, if you get paid on a Friday, have it done the Friday. If you get paid on a Thursday, have it set to be the Thursday. Either way, money will be taken out of your paycheck when it comes in and be placed into that account. Now, the amount I recommend putting aside into this account will be 20%. I think that's a fairly decent number. It's a decent savings amount, and the remaining 80% will remain in your checking account, but that 20% you are not going to touch at all. It's going to exist solely in that account that we've put aside. So what this does is forces you to utilize an amount that's already been budgeted for you. So now with that 20% allocated for savings, you now have the remaining 80% to spend on whatever you may need, whether that's bills, credit cards, and groceries, and whatnot. One thing you definitely can probably fit into your budget is smashing that like button. We could both benefit from this. Now you're probably going to ask yourself, well Leo, if my whole month costs $1,000, I've taken away $200 of those dollars as a 20% to be saved, and now I'm only left with $800, I'm out $200. Yes, and that's a good thing. Because now, what that's going to do is force you to understand that, okay, maybe some of the expenses that you have are not completely worth it. Your credit cards and debts that exist, those are top priority. Now the most important part is that 20%. What are we doing with that 20%? Well, I tell you right now, we're not just going to just leave it in a savings account. We are going to make sure we are saving to invest. So that 20%, we're going to be putting that towards assets. We want to make that money grow even more. So investing that 20% into stocks that pay dividends, or their growth stocks or whatnot, or even an index fund, anything to make that price and that amount to move, that should be our goal. Kevin O'Leary has this quote which I absolutely love because it captivates exactly what we're trying to do here. Money is my military, each dollar a soldier. I never send money into battle unprepared and undefended. I send it to conquer and take currency prisoner and bring it back to me. And that's the ultimate goal. Deploy money to make more money. The recruitment period begins when you put that 20% of your paycheck aside, right? And recruit your army to go embark into investments and, fight into capitalistic combat. That was terrible. My approach to the whole pay yourself first mentality or strategy is a little bit more aggressive for most, and I'll explain to you what that is, and feel free to take on exactly what I'm putting out here. So what I did, beginning probably, I'll say January 2019, probably literally the beginning of the literally the beginning of the year, is I would take my paycheck every single week because I got paid weekly, and I would divide it in two. So 50% of that paycheck would go towards my checking account, and 50% would go to a savings account, right? So instead of having 80% to pay off my expenses, I was only limited to half that amount. So while my first 50% of my paycheck was allocated to my checking account, the other 50% was allocated to two untouched accounts. What I would do is, this is talking about the savings 50%, I would cut that in half and put some of that into a savings account, which would be a emergency fund, and the other half of that would go into my investment account. So once my emergency fund got to the point where it would be able to sustain me for 6 months, God forbid something terrible happened, that money that I would split amongst the two just went funneled straight into my investments account. And from that point, I was putting it into just different investments where I was able to just generate more income on top of itself, such as dividends and stuff like that, and just playing very strategically with some growth stocks, to the point where now that is my prime line of defense for income coming in, and the investments eventually protect the savings account, which is my home base. That's the way I kind of look at it. Pay yourself first, understand, and even if it's just a minor amount every single day or every single week, put money aside for your financial decisions. You'll realize that a lot of the things that you spend your money on are not worth it and are not going to be pushing you forward. And if anything, they're going to be holding you back. Your future self really wants to go do something, but they can't do that thing unless you, present you, gets a hold of their finances. It's crucial. You want to go to that trip in Santorini? Well, it starts with today, not tomorrow. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed some of this content that I've shared in here, and hopefully you started, well, I'm hoping that you've actually set up the automated transfer on your bank account so you can start paying yourself first and start saving to invest, right? Let's mobilize those cash troops. That being said, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that fun stuff. Check out one of my other videos I'm gonna upload right over here. I don't know which one it is, but it's probably something stock related and something that you probably should know. Give it a watch. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure you share it with somebody that can use this advice. Also, feel free to check out the links below that lead to my Twitch channel or my Instagram. Let's connect there, let's play some games, let's share some memes, let's have some fun. I'll see you around.